broskies, it's your girl Sona. Today I'll be drawing Disney princesses if they were evil. Also my first Disney related video. Anyways, let's get into it. Okay, so the first Disney princess that I am turning evil is Ariel from The Little Mermaid. Now, The Little Mermaid is one of my favorite Disney movies ever, and Ariel is my favorite Disney princess. I just love Ariel's clumsiness and curiosity. Also, her red hair is so pretty. So yeah, Ariel's the first one that I did for this video. The story for this movie is that Ariel is a mermaid who really wants to see the outside world, and she also falls in love with a prince that she sees on land. But her dad says no, so then Ariel signs a contract with a sea witch where she has 3 days to kiss the prince, also while losing her voice, and if she completes the deal, then she gets to stay as a human, but if she doesn't, then she'll be owned by Ursula forever. Ariel ends up not being able to keep the deal, but King Triton ends up giving Ursula the trident for Ariel's freedom. And long story short, there's a big fight that happens, but in the end, Ursula is killed, and everything is happy after that. That was the original story, but obviously mine is different because Ariel is going to be evil. So my concept is that Ariel finds Ursula telling her that she wants legs, because, you know, she wants freedom and to roam the land. Ursula then presents her with a contract where Ariel can have the power to roam land in exchange for her voice, not knowing, however, that it also meant Ursula would take over Ariel's body, and also that she had other evil plans. Technically, this contract isn't false, since Ursula quite literally does have the power to take form of a human and other things. So if she became part of Ariel, Ariel would also receive that magic. So it makes sense. She just made the contract very vague because, you know, she's evil. After Ariel signs a contract, Ursula uses her magic to fuse with Ariel, corrupting Ariel and taking over her. And that fusion is my drawing, and I'll get to that in a second. As part of Ursula's secret evil plan, they take Ariel's normal form, since no one would suspect her that way. They steal the trident and defeat the king by turning him into a polyp? I'm not really sure how to pronounce it, but those like little wrinkly creatures that Ursula has in her house, as well as any other merfolk who defy them. And since Ariel is fused with Ursula, her mind has been corrupted and shows no mercy for anyone, as her old self has been lost. Then they basically just rule over the sea together, doing whatever they want. I also imagine that they eventually go on land and kidnap the prince or something. I did it this way because I just think it makes a lot of sense that Ariel would turn evil against her own will. Because I mean, Ariel's really sweet and innocent in the movie, so I don't think that she would willingly become evil herself and do really bad stuff, so it just makes more sense for her to get tricked. And also in the original movie, she doesn't even read the contract. She just looks at it for a second, she's like, yep, okay, looks good. So yes, as you can see, my drawing of evil Ariel is her fusion with Ursula. I kept Ariel's red hair because, I mean, that's literally her most defining feature. I'm not gonna get rid of that. Her hair was so fun to draw. As you can see, she's holding the trident that she stole. Instead of the original purple bra, I made her bra into the shell on Ursula's necklace. And I also made a decoration of that starting at her tail as well. Rather than her original mermaid tail, she does have Ursula's tentacle things, whatever you want to call them. I just think it looks super cool and evil. Ursula is wearing these purple seashell earrings and I wanted to include those as well, so I actually made them kind of look like a decorated headpiece on Ariel. Since they look like horns, it just makes her look so much more cool and evil. Since Ursula's black magic is taking over Ariel, I wanted to represent that by making it spread through her skin. For more decoration, I made her wearing this violet purple shawl and her face just looks like she's laughing like a maniac, you know, because Ariel's just crazy now, okay? She's unhinged. Lastly, I put some sea blue gemstones through her outfit because it matches her eye color and it's pretty. And now, evil Ariel is complete. She has taken over the sea. This turned out way better than I thought it would. Definitely leave a comment. I want to know what you guys think. Alright, so next princess we are evilifying. Wait, I don't think evilifying is a word. Next princess is Mulan, who is also one of my favorite Disney princesses, and also one of my favorite Disney movies. So this movie is about Mulan, who is a brave Chinese woman who disguises herself as a man to enter into the Imperial Chinese army to fight against the Huns, who are the enemies, to prevent her elderly father from being drafted so he doesn't have to fight and stuff because he skipped leg day, he can barely walk. Mulan originally was expected to become the perfect future wife through a matchmaking process, but she was deemed a disgrace due to not being good enough. Me when I became a YouTuber. However, throughout the movie, she proves to be a brave and strong soldier along with the help of her dragon guardian Mushu. However, the army leader, Shang, eventually finds out she is a woman and orders her to leave. At the end of the movie, the Huns invade her city, but she swoops in and fights the main antagonist, Shan Yu, saving the city and the emperor with the help of Shang and Mushu. And after that, she is praised rather than seen as a disgrace. I really love this movie. It's super empowering to women. It has a great message. And my concept for Mulan being evil actually starts in like the middle of the movie. So my concept is that Mulan is nearly executed once being outed as a woman in the army, as Shang was literally originally supposed to execute her because what she was doing is highly against the law. However, she manages to escape and go into hiding for a while. Knowing if she is found, she will be killed, she is fed up with the way everyone views her as a woman. Wanting to show everyone what she is capable of, she works with Mushu the dragon to release her wrath on the Huns and their leader Shan Yu, killing them both. She returns to her city and slays the emperor, taking his place and ruling over Imperial Han China. And I mean, with her and Mushu's fiery wrath, no one is able to stop her. She is feared by all as the new powerful yet evil emperor. And I also think it would make sense Mushu would agree to work with her in this case because he was also seen as a disgrace and rejected by the other dragons, so they both kind of got the same issues going on. And as you can see in Mulan's original design, she is wearing this traditional looking Chinese dress. It looks very peaceful and nice, but of course, since she needs to be evil, I did tweak it a lot. So instead, I gave Mulan a green hanfu along with a flame pattern on it to show her intensity and also represent Mushu's dragon fire. The hanfu has rips and tears due to Mulan's battles, and I made Mulan's eyes a very intense fiery orange color, which looks super cool, and gave her a facial expression of anger and wrath because she is kind of angry. Her right eye is covered by cherry blossoms because I just thought it would look really cool, and also because those are where she lives too. As you can see, Mulan is wielding her sword with Mushu, the dragon, behind her, surrounded by all the flames he's blowing out of his mouth, you know, because he's a dragon. I know Mushu is originally very teeny tiny, but again, this is evil, so I made him bigger to be much more intimidating, because let's be honest, no one would be afraid of him like that. Oh my god, I am so proud of this one. This took me a really long time. I think it took like 4 hours. It looks so cool. I love it so much. And please comment what you think as well. This is Evil, Mulan, and Mushu. Final princess on this list is Vanellope from the movie Wreck-It Ralph. Really awesome movie. I also think Vanellope is actually the youngest Disney princess considering she's 9 years old. This movie is about Ralph, a video game character in an arcade who is sick of being the bad guy, so he steals a medal from another game to prove he is good, while also accidentally unleashing a dangerous monster in the arcade. He eventually arrives in the racing game Sugar Rush and meets Vanellope, and then she steals his medal and uses it to buy her way into a race that makes her a playable character. However, King Candy does not let Vanellope race because she is a glitch, which causes her to teleport randomly, and because of this she gets bullied a lot and treated as an outcast by the other players. Ugh, makes me want to strangle them. It's actually really sad. Vanellope agrees to give Ralph his medal back if he helps her, and he agrees. Later in the movie, Ralph eventually finds out King Candy hacked Vanellope's code and deleted everyone's memories. Big fight happens where King Candy is actually revealed as Turbo from a game that was shut down years ago, so then they destroy Turbo, and Vanellope crosses the finish line with her cart, resetting the game back to normal and also revealing herself as a princess. A lot of other stuff happened in this movie, but if you want to go find out, then just watch it. It's really good. Vanellope is such a cute princess, and I also love candy and sweet things, so to me she's perfect. So my concept for Vanellope being evil is that Ralph leaves Sugar Rush and Vanellope is thrown into the Fungeon, which also happens in the movie. However, Ralph doesn't come back, so she isn't saved. Vanellope is trapped there for a very long time, and every day alone she's only consumed more and more by darkness, thinking of how much she's been bullied and tormented all these years. Unable to achieve the freedom and happiness that she so desperately craves, her game file grows more and more corrupted and her glitching continues to get worse, and she turns into a whole virus, completely consuming Sugar Rush until the game is nothing but a mess of pixels and glitching, corrupting the candy players as well. Vanellope's virus spreads outside of Sugar Rush eventually and into other games, infecting them all, and there is nothing anyone can do. It was already too late. In the end, every single game in the arcade arcade becomes unplayable due to the virus, which left customers very confused as they had no idea what was going on. Unable to afford to purchase all of the games they had lost because, let's be real, that was a lot of money, the arcade was forced to shut down completely. As you can see, my concept is definitely more on the sad side rather than mwahaha evil. In my drawing of Vanellope, I made her look like she's screaming and crying, kind of like she's throwing a tantrum, and it makes sense because she is a kid. And when kids are upset, they tend to display very strong emotions, so I really wanted to represent that with her. I made the licorice that's holding her hair kind of spread throughout her head and also go into her eyes, which by the way are basically gone. They're black holes, I don't know. I guess you could say they just glitched out of her head. I made her hand into these giant corrupted looking monster claws, and I made some goop dripping down from it like the virus is just oozing out of her. I also put a bunch of pixels and glitch lines throughout her character and put some cracks in her face to show that her character is basically broken and it's just breaking the game. Even though the concept for this video is to turn the princesses evil, I think more than anything Vanellope represents dread and just years of sadness and hatred. It's actually really sad, but considering the way she was treated all those years, it only makes sense. I didn't change her design too much. I think these few changes already have a very big impact on how different she is. I hope you guys like my concept for Vanellope. She's very edgy and cool looking, and I think she turned out great. Thank you broskies so much for watching. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed, and let me know your favorite princess that I drew in the comments and your favorite Disney princess in general. Ariel is best girl. And also if you want a part 2 of this, maybe I'll also do a video with Disney villains, who knows. And yeah, okay, bye!